Good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back. Happy Friday, everybody. Good to see you all. We got one more week until the end of the. Actually, I'm sorry. We got a week and a day. Hopefully, everyone's all excited. Get ready for the weekend. When the hell's spring getting here, by the way? Stan, I don't know where you are, but it's still cold here in New York. Next week, I'm going to be in Virginia Beach and see my son's wrestling, and it's going to suck. Other than that, what's going on with the market? We're getting a little bit of a crash going on. A couple of things are happening that we should need to be aware of. First of all, you could see that we're getting a lot of reds going on over here on the right-hand side. Look at over here on the watch list. Amazon's down, iBit's down, Reddit's down, Anchor, Tesla's down. Only things that are up are military stocks. You could see that they're doing pretty well. SMCI is like the only one that's really up, but everything's pretty much down there. We did get a nice little pop right now. I know some of you here in the pre-market kind of benefited from this RNAZ trade. Nice little trade, very inexpensive. We'll talk a little bit about it. Once again, these pharmaceutical stocks were very expensive, and it seems like some of them coming back. But anyway, let's talk about some of the real action now. Early in the week, I did do a broadcast. Once again, hopefully you're following me on social media, on TikTok or Instagram, YouTube. I talked about one of the things we got to focus on in the week. I'm going to be doing that every week. When I do on a Monday, what to look for going to this week. We did cover earnings and the interest rates. We saw nothing happen there. But the big thing I want to talk about is the earnings announcement. So this is not earnings season, but there are some stocks that did take some big hits I wanted to keep an eye on, and it did come out yesterday. I want to start off with FedEx, FDX. That stock got destroyed. FDX. Look at that. So earnings were not that good, and it's funny. You kind of see it happening over the course of the day. It was hovering around 249 and ended up getting down to 245. You can see right in the open. You could always kind of read between the lines. So you could see what happened here. Earnings were obviously not that good. They missed their third quarter earnings, and what made it even worse is the outlook is what we always kind of look at going into the next quarter. It did not work out too well. So the stock right now is about 22.99%. So, that will affect all the other stocks like UPS. That one got affected by it also a little bit. So it kind of like trickles down to other stocks. Another big one too is Nike. So Nike's taking a very big hit too. It did a slingshot, which was kind of interesting. We know the slingshots are fun when we do them on earnings announcements. Some of you able to capture some of them, some of you don't, but it had a nice little slingshot, went from like 71, shot to 76 and came right back down to 65. So that was nice. So Nike has weaker sales, and also the new tariffs are going to be a big impact on them. Remember, Nike, the American brand, is not an American brand anymore. It's the China brand. Okay, let's be honest. They left the United States, but I don't call Nike the American. Let's do it. They do it over there, and now these tariffs are going to kick in, and it's going to crush them. Okay, so listen. You know what? People just got to pay more for it. That's it. So unless they're going to bring their brand here, those tariffs, obviously, the price is going to go up a lot on it, and it's going to affect them, and they have to look at that. But the big thing, there is some good news coming out of Nike. I have to say this, all right? So I went back, and I looked back a few years ago, and I had to go all the way back to 2000 and where COVID hit, and you can see right here, we are getting close to a support levels. So looking at over here, we're only about $4 away from that big support level. And you could see that Nike, when it was at $61, it ran all the way to about 170. So, we'll see how that works out when we get close to it. All right. What did you say here? I believe they committed to building in the U.S. Well, Malcolm, listen, they're not going to have any choice because you have a president that's going to be in there for the next 4 years, and he has the power to tariff. And who knows? He might get so pissed off. He might say, you know what? I'm going to put another 5%, and I'm going to do another 5%. And you listen, I don't know if you heard some of the scary things he said. He goes, I'll tariff you 200, 300%. I mean, he doesn't care. He'll just do it. Yeah, right. He'll just do it, right? The logo from Nike, you pull a Nike on them, and they're not going to have any choice but to build it here. So, and then once they're here, you got to know what the outcome is going to be. They can't leave now. They got all this money and tied up here. So, he really wants to bring all these companies back to the United States. It's going to affect the China market a lot. So, but But most importantly, these companies are going to be so forced, even like with drugs and everything else. I mean, you saw what happened with the chip sector. They're building that Taiwan is obviously one of the biggest chip sectors. They're kind of building here. I think they're building a $500 billion, $500 billion building here. You had Oracle, same thing, building a huge data center over here. So they're all coming back. So let me just tell you the outcome, what's going to happen. Okay. For some of you can't read, in between the lines, what's really happening here. I said this earlier. I'm going to say it again. The short term is going to hurt us. Okay. But the long term is going to succeed. So this is the long game. Okay. But he's doing it. It's going to hurt. Now the market is getting hit a lot because of it. And, and there's a couple of things too that are going to affect you, what's going on right here. First of all, today is probably one of the second worst days of the year to trade. It's not triple witching. It's quantal witching, which means where four things really expire. You have stocks, options, futures, forex, everything. It's the I can't even say quadruple, right? Witching. So anyway, you're going to get a lot of volatility going on today. All right. A lot of it. So, what do you got? You got the indexes, the options, the index options, stock futures. All four of them expired today. So you're going to get a lot of crazy stuff going on. A lot of volatility. So it's going to probably be a good day trade, but it's not going to be, be careful of jumping in these swing trades. But a lot of these things are going to expire. So it is going to get quite ugly with some of them. So don't get too shaken out or get too nervous if something that you have is not doing too well. All right. So anyway, let's go through some of the stocks that we traded. Let me tell you, yesterday was a fun day. We had a couple of good stocks that made some big runs. All right. Let's go over them really quick. So these are the stocks that we had yesterday. For some of you missed out, we had this PSTV, which was absolutely fabulous. This stock, you could see it right here long-term, took a big hit here in the bottom right. Let me fix this so you guys can watch a little bit better on social media. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. The PSTV right there. What a beautiful stock. A lot of you guys did well on this. Very inexpensive, cheap little stock. $80 stock went to $2. Fabulous stock right there. Gorgeous. A couple other ones that also did pretty well yesterday. WINT. Nice little move early in the pre-market. Ran from 220 all the way to 340. So I know some of you did trade early in the morning. I said, take the money and run, take the money. Look what happened at the 10 o'clock from 10 to 11, kind of like basically did a funnel and then backed off right there. What else that we had? IBO was another nice little move. This was a great afternoon trade. Okay. So you know what? For all the people out there think that the morning is only a good time, let me just kind of remind you, if you're watching on social media, let me blow this up so you guys can see a little bit bigger. Hold on one second. There we go. So right here, if you don't have the mouse pad, you could buy it on Amazon too, or on our website. But you see where it says the best time to trade? Even the afternoon was pretty good. All right. So if you missed that, that one did pretty well too. And you can see the stock, IBO, what a great runner. $1 stock going into the close. Last 30 effing minutes, okay, stock ran about $2, okay, absolute fabulous. And then after hours, stock went higher. I'm putting this back on the watch list, okay, IBO. Now, and not only that, but this stock, you could see here early in the morning, it got halted so many times because we found this early this morning. So this was probably the best trade, I would say, probably for the month, okay? This one right here, probably for the month. And you can see right here, look at this. This stock got halted so many times, went from 70 cents all the way up to a price of $2, and it backed off in the middle of the day. And then out of nowhere, last 30 minutes, this thing was just all over the place. Great, great run. Congratulations to everyone who got a piece of it. If you got it in the morning, you got it here in the afternoon. That was probably the best one out of them all. There were a couple other ones I want to bring up. And the CRVO, I mean, this thing has just been unstoppable. So this stock we found last week, okay? And it has just been an absolute great runner-up. Now, if you were listening earlier when you were here last week, when we found the CRVO And let me bring this up over here and show you what's going on right here. So on this day, it ran from $2 to $6. And what was great about this trade right here, and you got to go back and watch the morning meeting on YouTube, but this was a gap fill. And it went all the way to this high. And I'm like, this stock can test $7. You know what? It hovered here around 5, never got in. It was a gap fill. And then sure enough, now it's filling up a new gap fill. So for all of you who want to know how to gap fill, that was a very great lesson that we taught in that class. And this stock has just been an absolute great, not only day trade, but it's been probably one of the best swing trades of the month of March. And we still got another week. But hey, who knows? Something might break it out. We always find something new. See, what's great about coming here, there's just always a new adventure. You miss one, you miss another. There's something else out there. This was a little bit more on the expensive side, but this was a pretty good move all day. It ran from like 114 to about 130. So for all those people that don't like to trade inexpensive stocks, okay, well, listen, you could trade this one. The only thing I don't like about it is the spread was pretty big. So I put a couple of stocks on the watch list. There was one last crazy stock. I was going to just bring that up, Michael. I was going to bring up that stock right now, the RGC. That one, what in the F's going on with this one too? First of all, this stock is not tradable. All right. So you can see the stock right here. This stock is obviously probably the best one so far. $4 stock went to $70. The problem with this one is it's beyond a category 5. Okay. Very, very volatile, big spread, very ugly. Just a very, 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 very volatile stock. So even though we find these stocks like this is probably going to be a great short squeeze right now. Now, I tried to short it this morning, and unfortunately, it's not on my short list. So somebody's getting squeezed. And when they get squeezed, listen, remember this day right here? We had a short squeeze. It did this back in July. It ran from 3 to 32, and you could see how it came crashing back down. So someone is getting squeezed right now. Squeezed. All right. Let's go through the watch list. All right, so what do we got going on right now? So we got the biggest percentage gainer right here. Very inexpensive stock. This is another stock that ran yesterday. I want to put it back on the watch list. PNBK. Nice spread. Everything we're looking for. Everything looks pretty good right there. We're going to throw the RN, this one right here also, the RNAZ. Now, I was checking the orders on this stock right here. And you know what? I think we need to be careful. I just saw an order just get filled right here at $1. That's kind of getting me a little nervous. I'll show you right here. Look, guys, see right there? See the orders got filled. It kind of went up pretty nicely. It's starting to go back down. I might back off on this one. I might back off. We'll forget about this one. This one, scratch. This one had a good pop and came back down. Spreads looks kind of ugly right now. Great volume though. This one volume is pretty good, but not really going anywhere in pre-market. I'm going to throw the FedEx and Nike on there. So for everybody there, we'll put that on the list too. CRVO made the watch list. I mean, we'll put this on the watch. We'll put this back on here. It's not as much as tradable as it was. And I think that's going to do it. So, listen, I'm still holding the Teslas. I'm still holding the TSLY, TSLL. I still got those on there. I'm putting these also. Listen, I don't know about you, but you always probably want to own Tesla. At these prices, I mean, look at this chart, okay? Look at this chart right here. This is at a screaming support level, right? It's at a support level. This stock back in November ran from $10 to $40. Could that ever happen? It could, but you know what? How many of you here wish you had it even at these prices? So stock is really, really strong. I'm still holding, okay? And I actually, I own a lot of it. I bought a lot of it. I would say, I probably say maybe 30%, 40% of my portfolio is is in it right now. Now, if it breaks it, I'm going to get out, but it's holding here pretty strong on these support levels. Musk told his employees to be patient, hold on to the on their stock. You know what? There you go. Listen, the guy is in office, right? well, he's not in office. He's President Trump's right-hand man. They just started. You're seeing all this chaos going on right now, and it's going to get ugly, and it's going to get worse. If they keep bringing the interest rates down, inflation goes down, okay, who knows? You heard what I said yesterday. Trump, if he really wanted to, he can make every federal employee, okay, that drives a car could drive a Tesla, all right? How many cars would that be sold, right? So listen, he's got the power to do it, like it or not. Guys in there, he could say, you know what? You get hurting our companies, you hurting our U.S. companies, you could do that. So you'd be shocked what could happen. All right, guys, let's get ready for the market open up. Sorry, I've been talking about it a little bit longer. Let's get ready. Market opens at 50. If you're watching on social media, fellow traders, don't forget to like us, friend us, take the phone, scan the QR code on the right-hand side. If you want to come and join our trading room, we're here all day broadcasting. New students, I know I just did a free event yesterday. Make sure you watch those videos, talk to Education Advisor. Make sure this is for you because trading's not for everybody. But just sit back, watch, learn. I'm going to tell you right now, you might think this is a little fast. It's really not. What you're doing is a lot more dangerous. We're just seeing what it's like to be the Marines, the first ones to go in, because that's how you know where to go and where to attack when you're going to do your swing trades and your option trades. Let's get ready for the market open up, cyber traders. And if I don't see you for the rest of the day, enjoy the rest of your weekend. So make your money. And like we always teach you, just make your days pay and then come back the next day. Don't try to kill it. All right. Good luck. Trade safe.